Hey, we have a special guest today. We wanted to have another conversation podcast with you all, but to include one of our attorneys from our law office of Brian Fagan. So we have here Miss Haley Knighton. Thank you for
Hello.
joining us. I'm so excited. So just to kind of give you a little bit of background, she does practice family law and criminal defense for our firm. And since we've been talking a lot about criminal defense cases in the past couple of episodes, I thought it'd be interesting to bring one of our attorneys on our podcast and ask questions about her life, her experience as an attorney. I'm sure there's a lot of questions that people want to know when you get stuck in a traffic ticket like somebody did the other day. So again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yay! So just to kind of give us an introduction of who you are, I know I kind of already said like what you do for us, but from what I understand, I don't know if this was like early on, but you've done prosecution
Yes.
and now you take on criminal defense cases now. But how did you start your career? What made you want to become an attorney?
Kind of always wanted to be an attorney. Ever since I was little, it was that or marine biology.
Oh, cool.
And then went to law school in San Antonio at St. Mary's. And I wanted to prosecute. I knew I wanted to prosecute when I went to law school. So got my first job in Galveston at the DA's office.
Mm-hmm.
Was there almost 5 years and then decided I wanted to change. So went and did criminal defense.
Nice. Do you have a preference? Like, what's the major difference between being a prosecutor and criminal defense?
The prosecutor, well, you're supposed to make sure that justice is served, but you're just trying to, I guess, make everybody safe. Criminal defense, you're really trying to help the actual person that's charged with a crime and making sure that their rights weren't violated. So.
Okay. Prosecution. I don't think I've ever told you like off camera, but
She's been prosecuted before.
no. But I went to Sam Houston State. I got my bachelor in criminal justice and I wanted to become a prosecutor. And the only reason why, because as growing up, I read this comic book. It's called Case Closed. And it's about this little boy who becomes this little mini investigator and he solves crimes. And I always thought that was so intriguing and I wanted to put those bad guys away. And I always thought the defense attorney, like, man, like how do you internally internalize the thought of defending somebody who's done something wrong, that maybe hurt somebody or, I just can't wrap my head around being on that side. Like, do you juggle,
So
like, you know what I mean? Like,
in the beginning, I did.
yeah.
And there's still some types of cases that I juggle with. But most of them, you just have to look at it like they deserve a defense. No matter what they've been charged with, whether guilty or not guilty, they have the right to have a defense.
Right. Do you have a certain tactics that you like to use to help people defend their rights?
It just depends on the actual case.
Okay.
Every case is different. Every person's different.
Right.
So, some things that would work with one person won't work with another. Their personalities do come into it too.
So do you have any like favorite cases that you've worked on so far?
I've tried murder cases. I've tried both on prosecution and defense side.
Okay. Wow, defense too?
Mhm.
How did that go?
The actual first one I tried, we got a not guilty on, so that was fun.
Wow. Interesting.
And talking to the jury after cases is always interesting. Seeing kind of their points of view or why they thought this and why they thought that. Some of them are very open. I know some of them, the murder case I tried that we got a not guilty on, it was a drug-related offense.
Okay.
So the jurors were like, well, they were all on drugs.
Oh.
So it's just everybody comes in with different bias and beliefs and everything. So
Okay.
Was there like any cases that were super fulfilling? Like one that you were like, that felt good?
there were a couple, the ones that you honestly believe your client is innocent.
Mm.
If you get a not guilty on those or get those are dismissed, those are very fulfilling. Because, there's quite a few innocent people still in prison. So
Mhm.
How do you feel about even people like, let's say they do find it guilty, but in your heart, like maybe they're innocent. How do you feel? And maybe for people who actually did do it and they feel like the justice has been served, just, serving their time. How do you feel about, I guess, the recidivism? How do you say it? What's the word?
Reciprocation?
No.
Recidivism.
Yes. So because I'm such a big advocate, even when I was studying criminal justice too, where I just feel like people who are criminals, they need a lot. Like, yes, serving time is justice for certain people, but for the criminals itself, like the hope is to get them back into the reality, and get them back into the civil life and become a good citizen. So how do you feel about that? Do you have opinions?
Yeah, I don't think our system's really geared to rehabilitate people.
Mhm.
It's more for punishment.
Right.
Drugs are huge. Same thing with alcohol. And a lot of crimes happen because of drugs or alcohol. And so if you don't ever treat the underlying problem, then they're going to come out and get in trouble again. Because, alcohol and drugs are available in prison. So it's not like they would ever just completely come off.
So do you push your clients, if let's say drugs and alcohol were involved, and if you know for a fact that, okay, they did the crime, do you push for the jury to hear, or maybe even the judge to give them less time because, okay, they need to get clean, like, be a little bit more, less harsh?
Yeah, it goes a lot into it. You want to bring out, it's called mitigation. So you want to bring out what's occurred in their past. Do they have this drug problem? Were they abused as a child? Just lots of things go into it. And then you request less time. We don't have the rehab facilities to send people to for the criminal side of things.
Right.
So,
Okay. Nice.
But if you do go to jail and if you do get convicted of something, we do criminal law here at the Law of Brian Fagan, and this is one of our criminal law attorneys.
You can talk directly to Haley if you have questions. We offer consultations. But yeah, it was very, very nice talking to you. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. There's a lot of things that I definitely learned from this. I don't know if I want to tell my husband to carry a gun in his car anymore because he has really bad road rage. So
maybe we don't.
I just feel like one of these days, like they're gonna piss him off and just
Maybe
like no.
I had a situation where I was like, oh my God, what is this guy about to do? It's crazy. People in Houston drive crazy.
Oh, Houston's the worst.
And everybody's got guns.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why you have to have a gun for yourself. Everybody else got guns.
But then if you still be convicted, even though you really were trying to,
I'd rather have a chance at living gun to gun rather than gun to no gun. Because at that point, you didn't even get a conviction. You're just dead. They shoot you first.
I know.
It's terrible.
I don't know how you do it. That would be so hard for me.
If it's really that serious between two people and they really want to choose life or death over a situation, they should just do it like how they did back in the old cowboy days, where they just
The duel,
do
right?
it all.
yeah, ask them for a duel. Go out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe have a medical team have a medical team stand by. Y'all do the duel. Call it a day.
Wasn't that part of a punishment too, way back in the day, to where instead of like lethal injection as the death penalty?
They had the firing squad
Yeah.
back in the day. They had, of course, electrocution, hanging was something back in the day.
Is it just lethal injection?
No, I
then?
don't know which one.
Depends on the state.
Oh,
I know
really?
some states still have the electric chair.
Oh,
Texas
wow.
just has lethal injection.
Dang, I didn't know.
Which one would you
Okay.
choose?
I'd rather do lethal injection because remember we talked
Electric,
about this. It's just 3
lethal,
minutes.
Firing squad.
Yeah, I'd rather do the lethal injection
Yeah.
if I had to choose. Because you just get medicine and you go to sleep. The firing squad, you don't know which one's going to have the bullet in that's real. So you're like, oh my God, oh my God. And then hanging, what if your neck doesn't break?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
At that point, I'm just gonna book it.
It's multiple people. It's not just one person.
No, it's not just one. There were multiple. And not everybody had a live round. Some of them had
So
blanks.
Russian roulette. Just
Basically, it's actually insane.
So the person that actually killed them doesn't know they actually killed them because it's just
what?
Yeah, they probably know. Okay, you probably see it.
I did not know that.
It's insane. This world's crazy.
Like the ways that we thought about to get people out.
And way back in the day, they used to cut off fingers.
What's the neck one? The
Chopping
the
block.
what?
The guillotine?
Oh, yeah, guillotine. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they used to do that in public, right?
That was like the olden days. Yeah.
I
That's
can't.
like back when gladiators and stuff.
Yeah, but still, imagine you just watching getting somebody getting.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to think about it. I couldn't be a criminal defense attorney.
I know. That's crazy. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Haley. I hope to see you back soon. I
Yes,
think we'll
thank y'all
have
for having me.
more conversation. This was really fun. So if you really like this content, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Please drop your questions down below because you guys might see Haley sometime soon again. So if you have questions of what happened in your personal experiences, definitely drop them below so we can mention it and we can ask Haley for next time. But thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of Legal Lounge. If you enjoyed this episode, you can always give our office a call to schedule your free 30-minute consultation with one of our team members. Check the description below and give us a call today.